you ready for this? Season 3, episode 15, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's Denver Day. It's not just Denver Day. It's National, not Dog Day, National Pet Day. It's dogs, it's cats, it's birds, it's reptiles, it's whatever you have in your house that you love. That's an animal. And anyway, we're celebrating. We're doing it up. It's quarantine cocktail time, and we are doing one of the best pet cocktails that I found with 8 minutes of research, and that I could put together some sort of cockamamie show. And it's the Colorado Bulldog. Yeah! You probably never heard of it because I just found out about it, but it's going to be delicious. And we're doing it in here. Yeah, Blue Monkey Quarantina. Let's do it. Quarantine cocktail show. National Pet Day. Come on. Only business, monkey business. I don't even want to get into the monkeys right now, but that's a whole thing here on the web. Here it is. Yeah, I'm running into stuff. Quarantine cocktail time. Folks, let's do it. Woo! Here we go. Yeah, we only do this show once a week. You'd think that would make it easier, but sometimes it makes it tougher because we kind of forget about it, Monday through Saturday, and then Sunday, as we're sitting around, we go, oh my God, we got to do a cocktail show at 9:30 p.m. Yes, it's late, but gosh, it's summertime where you're out, you're doing stuff. I know what's going on. You're drinking pints of Guinness, whatever. Hold that thought. Are we echoing?
No, I.
Oh, she's watching. She's the radio person. She's the person who's calling into the radio show. And they're like, man, you have to turn down your radio. All right, here we are. Boom. All right, here it is. So it is National Pet Day. We're going way back to 2006. Yeah, thank you to Colleen Page, who created National Pet Day. What was it all about? What was to celebrate pets? Everybody that we love, those fur babies, those extra family members that we all have, the four-leggeds. By the way, number one pet in America. What is it? It's a dog. Yep, 48 million households in the U.S. Have at least one dog. Number two, cats, baby, right here. I know, Max. That's yours. You got it. Yeah, we're 31 million households with cats. Now, what do you think is third? This one kind of threw me. Nobody? Yeah, you got it. Birds. Birds at 3 million, fish at 1 million. Here's my problem with fish only coming in at 1 million. I think what they need to take into consideration is not only the amount of fish that you have in the aquarium, but how many times you replace them. Because I can tell you, you're replacing fish like every month. It's ridiculous. We have them. I used to play that game. Goldfish would die. Boom. Go get another one. Look pretty much the same. Chloe'd sit there and go, looks a little smaller. No, it's fine. It's the way the light's hitting it. And, now it looks a lot bigger. Anyway, yeah, probably about 80 goldfish. Anyway, here we are. So, had to come up with a pet cocktail. We got to pay tribute to these pets. So, we're doing we're going to Fort Collins, and we're doing the Colorado Bulldog. Paul, I don't understand. How is that a tie? Do you have a Bulldog? No. Do you have a Colorado? No. But I got a Denver. I got a Denver, and I got a dog named Denver, and this is kind of for him. So anyway, for Denver. Now, here's what you got to understand about the drink. We are
Making a microphone adjustment.
Okay. Oh, can people hear? Are we good? I can drink some beer and...
Nope, we're good.
All right. So here's what we're doing. We got to do a little history. Here's the history you got to know. We're going back to 1949. You know this, but I got to repeat it. We got to talk about the White Russian. Yeah, the White Russian. Paul, wait, we already did that. I know we did that. But remember, the White Russian, we're building off of it tonight. So the White Russian, 1949, Gustav Tops. Now, he is pay attention to all these national, he's a Belgian bartender working in Brussels at the Hotel Metropole. and he creates the White Russian basically in honor of a U.S. ambassador to the Netherlands, and her name is Pearl Mesta. And we talked about Pearl. She was kind of this socialite, just had a ton of stuff going on. But yeah, so this bartender loved her, created in her honor the White Russian. And at the same time, just in case you are curious, he created the Black Russian at the same time. Remember, basically, all that is vodka, Kahlua, Black Russian, add cream, White Russian. We did it. We made it. I know, Paul. But what's going on? So the Colorado Bulldog is basically taking all that, boom, adding a little bit of Laverne and Shirley. Actually, it would have just been Laverne. We're adding some Coke to the milk. Yeah, you add Coke to this drink. Now, it's delicious. Tons of great reviews. It's a fun cocktail. But before I get into this, we have to talk about something. We got to talk about using milk in cocktails. Now, if you're just doing milk and liquor, you're pretty safe, all right? But here's the problem. When the question comes up, can I use milk? Can I use cream? Can I substitute? Can I use creme fraiche, Paul? You don't want to do that, and I'll tell you why. But the problem is if you watch if you watch the Great Lebowski, right? The man, the dude. You notice that he pours milk. He'll use cream. Sometimes he uses powdered creamers. He'll use anything. And again, when you're using that in alcohol, it's fine. But when you add things like acid, like citric acid, like lime juice or Coke, the problem is it can curdle quickly. It's just a little bit of science. It has to do with the casein that's in it. It binds. If you ever want to have fun, get yourself some Bailey's ice cream and have a shot of it. And then in another glass, have some lime juice. Put the Bailey's in your mouth, and then follow it with a shooter of the lime juice, and you'll make what's called a cement mixer. Basically, as soon as those hit in your mouth, it coagulates and it curdles on you.
So gross.
It's so gross. It's disgusting. It is not a fun shot. You do it to people you don't like. I've had it done to me many times. I'm loved. But anyway, here's why. So when you talk about milk in general has a very high or a low pH. It's below 5.5, and that's when casein, this protein, that's where it lives. But the more fat that you have in milk, the higher the pH, and then the casein disappears. So in a world of milk, in case you're curious, milk, you may know this, whole milk is 3.5% milk fat. And then 2%, get ready for this one, 2% is 2% milk fat. Yeah, it's how to get that. And then if you go to skim or fat-free, it's free of fat, it's zero. So those are the worst ones you can use in cocktails. Then you can go to cream. If you go to heavy cream, which is what we're doing, that's the best one you can do. That is at about 36% milk fat. And then half and half, take a guess. It's about 18%. It's half of the cream because they mix it with skim. Anyway, who cares, Paul? I don't care, Paul. Yeah, you do. You do. So when you're making cocktails, remember, you want to use, first of all, you always add this last if you can. That'll prevent the curdling. You want to keep it fresh, and you want high fat. Boom. That's it. That's all I'm telling you. For God's sakes, Paul, make me the drink. I'm making you the drink. Here it is. All right. So first of all, get some ice glasses. Put some ice on those so those get cold. Spill 1 cube. Put it back in. Shelby's. And then, all right, here you go. Now, here's the recipe. Now, this is almost the same as a White Russian, but it is a little different, and here's why. A White Russian will be 2 parts vodka, 1 part Kahlua, 1 part cream. This drink is all equal parts. So first, vodka. Now, we're going to mix it with a lot of stuff, so you could use whatever vodka you want. But I like good vodka, and tonight we have really good vodka. We've got Northern Row, local Cincinnati, small batch, making 5 stories vodka, and we're using it tonight. Sorry, 5 stories. Now, don't worry, I've already had some good martinis out of here, but you're getting mixed up into the Colorado Bulldog tonight. So 1 ounce per, so 1 for me, and 1 for Shelby. Turn around with our Kahlua. Any coffee liqueur will work, but why wouldn't you get Kahlua? Unless you can make your own, which we can talk about another time. Again, 1 ounce each. So 1 for me, 1 for Shelby, and then the cream. Now, Coach later. Don't mix this. And this we're going again 1 ounce, and 1 more. Oh, that's just deliciousness right there. And then yeah, we're coming in. Shake her up, baby. There it is. Nice heavy cream. I wonder if cows could be considered pets because we're using cream. This could be in honor of somebody doing a pet.
I'm sure you can have a pet cow.
No, horses were on the list though. They're like number 4. They're not 700,000, which.
What about frogs and snakes?
Reptiles. Reptiles were on the list too. They were even lower though. So, all right. So there you go, folks. It's that easy. Right now we have kind of the perfect White Russian, right? So we're gonna go with a highball glass, rocks glass. That's not highball, rocks glass. There it is, and then just like Laverne and Shirley, with a little bit of Coke. Actually, it was Pepsi, and it was milk, and you're going to just top it off with that. Now, here's the other fun thing you can do. Say you have somebody who doesn't want the calories. Yeah, you can go Diet Coke. Yeah, we got that. We're ready. You're welcome, babe. And then, so hopefully with the heavy milk or heavy cream, because this is acidic, this will keep it from curdling on us. Now, the other thing, and a lot of people don't know about this, Emergen-C. Yeah, folks, I don't know if you've heard about this, but there are stories going on. And Emergen-C, yeah, this was also out of Colorado at one point. A lot of people don't know where exactly, but we're going to take it all the way back. We're going to thank Colorado tonight for our Emergen-C. We're going to give a little sprinkle on top. And then here's what we're going to garnish it with tonight, folks. Something a little different. We're going to go with a little mint. So remember, anytime you mint, smack it, wake it up. Look at that. You got to admit that. Freaking. That's yours, Shelby. Boom, right there. Folks, there it is. This is your quarantine Colorado Bulldog. Let's see how it is. Now, I've read a lot of things. Well, for God's sakes, just drink it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, hold on. Bear with me.
You're good now.
Wait. It's a sipper. Folks, I'm telling you what, this is going to be a new favorite. Imagine an adult root beer float.
That's what it looks like.
And that's what it tastes like. It's just got this great chocolatey flavor, basically, you know? But that mint actually just nice little fragrance, smooth. I mean, just creamy. It's like ice cream, just like you had a root beer float. I just described, folks. This is fantastic, right here. I'm telling you. Give you a little cheers right here. Coming around.
Chink.
Yeah. Did we have the recipe up?
Yes, we did.
I missed it. Did you like the recipe?
I did.
Did you see Denver?
I saw Denver. Alan liked Denver too.
So now, folks, can I leave you with just one last thing? It's never one last thing. Here's the fun thing about this drink. So as I'm doing my 8 minutes of just die-hard research, I cannot find out why it's called the Colorado Bulldog. As a matter of fact, I'll give you the first 7. The first 7 minutes, they all said the same thing, that it's a mystery. Nobody knows. They just assumed it was just made in Russia, which made no sense. By the way, go back to the White Russian and the Black Russian. Remember all those countries I named? It had nothing to do with Russia. It was Brussels, Belgium, USA, and Netherlands. That it was named White Russian originally, the Black Russian, because of the vodka that it was made with, and it was Russian vodka. That's why. Anyway, fast forward to this Colorado Bulldog. Everybody's like, yeah, there's just nobody knows. Nobody knows. Alas, in that 8th minute, and this is why it's 8 minutes, folks. This is why I pour that extra minute into my research for you. Not for me, for you. But here's what I found out. Fort Collins. Fort Collins is home to CSU, Colorado State University. Now, you probably know that their mascot is the Ram. Cam the Ram, as a matter of fact. That's back in 1946. And a lot of people don't know the history of the mascot before the Ram. Well, that's where that 8th minute came in, because here's what I found out. In 1909, the mascot of CSU was no other than Peanut. Peanut, the English Bulldog. Yes, folks. Yes, it's true. And then in 1930, they had another Bulldog mascot. And the story is that this drink was made in honor of the Bulldog mascot of CSU going way back. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Folks, there it is. This is going to be your new favorite. I'm promising you. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's good stuff. Folks, go make you have a napkin. These are tasty. Quarantine Bulldog, Colorado Bulldog, quarantine style. Folks, here it is. Have a great night. Cheers.
Chink.
Chink. Love you. We will see you next Sunday. And yeah, that's all we got. I hope you had fun. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Cheers out.